spring going?
It's good. You know, it's day 3, I guess, day practice 3. Day 2 of kicking, but you know, it's good so far. We're just gradually kind of working into everything. We're doing a couple new things with field goal, new steps, new different stuff, but everything's going well.
Saw a couple blocks. I think it was more an issue up front, but just talk about progress so far this year.
Progress so far this year has been really cool. You know, I think the biggest progress that we see is during the winter workouts, and right now is the mentality. I think there's a lot more companionship between the team. You know, we've got some leaders that I think are going to pop out sooner or later. And when these leaders they're gradually showing themselves through the workouts, and they're just like, more and more, we're just becoming more of like a team. I feel more of like a family sensation with this team more than I have in really the past.
Okay. Off season, you're obviously working very hard. I think you went out to Phoenix or somewhere in Arizona. Just talk about that experience and what you're doing.
It was great. I went to Phoenix for 8 days with my kicking coach. He goes out to in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area for basically fall, winter, and spring, and then he comes back to Buffalo in the fall. Or not in the fall, in the summer. And so Brett, our punter, and my holder, we went out to Scottsdale together, and we trained. We were there for a week. We did a lot of good things. We broken down some film, fixed the kinks really from the season that I was able to kind of like get away from, and now I feel great.
What was the main issue a season ago? You said fixing some of the kinks. What were they?
Really from a technique standpoint, it just came down to consistency of doing my footwork in the back end. With me, it was just kind of me focusing so hard on trying to kill the ball. And it was really what was just inhabiting me from not hitting the perfect ball that I know that I'm capable of, where we all saw it in the 51 and the 53, you know, those were absolute bombs, and that's what I should be able to do every single time. So really just staying calm in certain situations is what I need to do from now on out.
Where were you mentality-wise once the season ended?
Like on the night of Cincinnati?
Yeah,
or
just after the season
So
ended.
after the season ended, I kind of just went in my room. It was at the end of Thanksgiving break, I believe, so we didn't really have any school till finals week. It was really when homework started. So I was able to go to my room and just think about everything. I looked at all the film from previous games, looked at the film from that game, looked at film from before I even got to UConn with my freshman and sophomore year, and I just kind of like looked at everything just because I wanted to see all the progression and see where I was, and I was able to like I wanted to rebuild my entire mental approach and my entire kind of persona when it came to kicking. So that was kind of like my main focus when I was at home, is to create a brand new mental capacity, mental character towards kicking and a mental edge.
Okay. Did you hear from Bobby at all, or some of the other guys that came through?
Yeah, I was actually just texting Bobby yesterday or 2 days ago, I forget. I think it was yesterday. But you know, we were just talking, asking each other how we were doing. Gonna say that we were sending some film to each other just to check out, see how we're doing. But I know he's hitting the ball really well right now. But yeah, I mean, we're staying in contact. Justin and I'll send the odd jab to each other over social media or something like that as a joke. But yeah.
And talk about the kick unit as a whole. What you guys do during practice, the fun you guys have off the field as well.
So obviously it's a bit different than the regular positions, because it's not necessarily laid back, but it's more like you can only do so much. We're like a modified version of baseball pitchers. You know, you can only do so much during a practice until you just kill your legs, so you can't do that. So I mean, there's like little drills that we do, but at the end of the day, we want to keep everything light, because you're not gonna go out there and hit your A ball, and you're not going to snap great, or you're not going to hit bombs if you have a bad mentality because you're angry or you're super like tense or anything like that. The more loose and the more kind of like the relaxed version that you have, the better they're going to do out in the field.
Is it a little unusual you're the only guy here right now from the kicking position?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, you know, when you do the ones and then they call twos and you're ready to run off the field and you're like, oh wait, I gotta do the twos now. So it's a lot, but I mean, it's just weird. Like you can't even really, there's no really comparison to it. Last spring it was really just myself, and then once I got injured, Will came in to help me out because I couldn't do anything. So overall it's a bit weird, but we've also got Brett, we've got Luke, even though he's out, but we've got people to talk about kicking now a lot more.
Special teams coordinator Eddie Allen, very experienced in the game. especially from a kicking standpoint. What has he brought to the table?
I think he's going to bring something that's kind of like a mental standpoint, which is awesome for me because that's the one thing that I really need to work on. Him and I have already been talking a lot about when it comes to like how to approach practice, how to approach games, staying relaxed, you know, like not worrying about what's going on, any heckling that other coaches are saying to try and get under my skin or whatever's going on. And it's really just kind of like I know that I can be the best, and he's told me like I'm capable, more than capable of having that girl's expectation. So it's just really to kind of go in towards everything with that mentality.